Well, the nonprofit VisionCorps is celebrating 100 years of providing services to the blind and visually impaired. Right now, the organization is looking for donations or loaned items to use in a new exhibit. Fox 43's Robert Stover is live at the headquarters in Lancaster with more on the group's 100-year history. Good morning, Robert.
Good morning. Yes, that is correct. We're talking about history that goes back to 1926, a century ago, and here to tell us more about that work and some of its military applications. We're here joined by the president and CEO of VisionCorps. We have Megan to my right. So for those who may be joining us for the first time this morning, remind us what the mission, the purpose of the organization is.
Yes. VisionCorps' mission is to empower individuals with vision loss to attain independence, and we do that through preventive services, educational services, rehab programs, and employment programming.
And I always want to ask you what that mission is, because I think for anybody that might be watching right now, they might be a little confused why I'm wearing a military-grade helmet. And that's because your roots go back to the military. After World War I, you had a lot of veterans, a lot of soldiers that were blinded or just injured during the war. It was hard for them to find work. That's where your group came in.
Yes, I mean, it's a hard transition from military back to civilian life to begin with, and then if you have an injury, it's compounded. So we were started answering the call of veterans coming home, and fast forward 100 years, we are now doing defense contracts to protect our military, including the helmet pads and the helmet that you're wearing.
I was going to say, let me try to take this off real quick without dropping my earbuds. So it's pretty heavy. It's at least maybe 5-10 pounds, but you can see the padding inside there of the helmet. And here is the fabric for that. So you make this in-house, correct?
So the pads come to us like this from another company, but then we do the rest of the work. So we're printing tracking material or tracking information on them, cutting them, packaging them, and distributing to our troops all over the globe.
That is really cool. And something else I noticed when we came in here earlier this morning, which I thought would be unusual for a nonprofit that works with the visually impaired, you have a large bag of rice, again, that I'm going to try to balance. This also is used to benefit the military?
Yes, so we package rice for the military. It goes all over the globe, and at least 75% of the labor that we do here for the pads, for the rice, for everything that we do is being done by people who are blind.
That is awesome. You know, there's that old saying, I think it's something like, you know, the more things change, the more things stay the same. You started with the military, or at least that was part of the initial foundation. You still have it all these years later, and these objects are going to go in an exhibit later this year. And that's another reason why we're here. You're asking for people, if they have items like this, maybe they worked on it, maybe they benefited from it, you're asking them to donate or loan them for the exhibit, correct?
Yes, we're working with Lancaster History to develop a display of these items to show, yes, what's changed and what stayed the same over the past 100 years. So we would be honored if the community would trust us with any items they have, as devices that people use to help with their vision, as well as items that were made here for us to display.
That is awesome, and I know we're going to check out more of those devices next hour. For anybody watching at home that thinks they might have an object or might even just benefit from the service offered by this organization, you can find the contact information available later this morning on our website, fox43.com. Live in Lancaster, Robert Stover, Fox 43 News.
All right, Robert, some really interesting stuff there as we take a look back. Thanks so much.